and welcome to Witness. I'm Josh Rushing. People in the United States obsess about immigration. It's one of the hottest political topics during an election season. Many fear that the country can't support all those migrants pouring over its southern border. Yet, in one quiet corner of the country, hugging the border with Canada, there's a fear of just the opposite. The state of North Dakota is getting old and empty. In the last decade, less than 10% of the state reported any population growth, or any growth at all. We traveled to the northwest corner of the state to see what they were doing to reverse this rising tide of depopulation. We found everything from cities luring prospects with an offer of free land to towns actually paying families to move there from other parts of the country. All of these are a last-ditch effort to prevent their community from becoming a ghost town. It's that moving, catching your throat time of year, when high school bands struggle through pomp and circumstance.
I'm graduating in about 4 days.
When students snicker at baccalaureate rehearsal.
Oh, hail!
And triumphantly belt out the fight song one more time while posing for that last group photo. The prospect of freedom, of summer stretching out ahead is so delicious.
This summer I'm going to play baseball and
I'm going to just enjoy myself.
It's a time when parents and friends feel proud of graduates, but are beginning to sense a whiff of the loneliness that lies ahead.
They'll be sad to see me go, but I think they're anxious to see what I'll become.
This graduation is being celebrated at Divide County High School in the little town of Crosby, North Dakota. Population 1,200 and not growing. The current crop of seniors is heading out into the world, and the consequences are enormous for Crosby.
I plan on attending college at North Dakota State University in Fargo next fall, and I plan on pursuing a career in broadcasting journalism.
I want to tell you guys a story.
Do you plan on coming back here?
No, I don't. It doesn't have anything to offer me. I have bigger dreams than just being a small, news anchor for a small station in our little part of the state. I want to go beyond that.
Crosby is a blip on the great western plains of the Dakotas, about 6 miles, 9 kilometers south of the Canadian border. It's a farming community of modest storefronts, a traditional Lutheran church, and a dome brick courthouse presiding over the town square. But it's losing young people. This year, the high school graduated 26. All of them are going away to college. Next year, there will be even fewer.
Our community is definitely growing older. There's a lot of elderly people in our town.
Make no mistake, the seniors love their town.
I just wish more people would realize what a great place it really is to live.
17-year-old Janae Hagan lives on a farm that has been in her family for more than 100 years. She has fond memories of growing up here.
I love my farm. It's just gorgeous. There's all sorts of trees, and my dad and I built a fire pit, so I have bonfires quite a bit with my friends, and I love to go bike riding in the summertime on all sorts of prairie trails where there's no traffic.
So she may love relaxing, but she has done little of that during high school.
So I'm definitely the baby.
Just hearing about her activities is exhausting.
I've been very active in FBLA. Last year, I was lucky enough to be prom chairman. We have a girls hockey team. I'm a football statistician. I work at an accounting office. Starting June 1st, I'll be waitressing again.
Are you graduating with a 4.0?
Yes.
Wow.
I am.
Yay!
4.0, all A's, a perfect average. In fact, the entire graduating class is exceptionally accomplished.
Out of 26 students, there's 17 of us who are honor students.
Their departure is a brain drain the town can scarcely afford. A declining school system spells disaster for this whole area. The people who live here in Crosby hope that some of these bright young grads will come back after college, raise families, and revive the town. Janae's cousin, Derek Benter, is also a member of the senior class. His height, 6'8", and hoop skills guaranteed scholarships in his choice of colleges.
The next year I'm going to the University of North Dakota to play basketball.
What are you going to miss?
Definitely just hanging out with friends and just finding stuff to do. Since there's not a whole lot to do here, you kind of just make up your own stuff to do, so that's kind of cool.
Yeah.
Definitely.
But unlike Janae, Derek hopes his hometown will be part of his future.
I'm going to go into criminal justice, hopefully get into the Border Patrol. Yep.
So you go Border Patrol, you have to go wherever they send you, right?
For like 2 years, you have to go down to the Mexican border to kind of serve your 2 years of being the young guy. So after then, hopefully I can get stationed back up here. So.
Why is that?
I like small towns. Crosby is a great town, so.
Loving a small town at 1,200 like Crosby is one thing. Another of Janae's and Derek's classmates feels an allegiance to a town that is considerably smaller than that. Is that a college credit course?
I live in Ambrose.
How many people live in Ambrose?
22, 23.
22 or 20?
Yeah. Yeah.
How many of those 23 people are you related to?
Well, actually, 4 live in our house, my mom and my 2 sisters.
So a quarter of the town lives in your house.
Yeah.
This is Ambrose. There's a grain elevator, an abandoned hospital, a cemetery with more gravestones than the entire current population, and a railroad track to somewhere far, far away. And despite these optimistic signs about building the community, it's a place more likely to end up looking like this. So in 5 or 6 years, where would you like to see yourself living?
Here.
All these graduates are descendants of pioneers, people who risked everything to settle the vast prairies. Their way of life is dying, and a proud piece of American tradition is dying with it. Dustin would like to buck that trend. He plans to major in natural resource management and eventually come home again.
You either work with farmers on helping them with what would be good to plant in this area, or you can work like just with conservation techniques like conserving wetlands and things like that.
Northwest Lumber, Don speaking.
Don Sir wishes some of his kids felt the way Dustin Strong does.
Uh-huh. You want to treat it board?
Don raised 4 children here in Ray, North Dakota, where he owns Northwest Lumber. But 3 of them left town permanently, and none wants to take over the family business.
Our kids went to college and didn't come back to this area. They stayed in a bigger city. Everybody likes the big city lights.
Ray has no big city lights. Only 600 people live here. But Don's business is thriving. He says he did about $1.7 million in sales last year and could easily have done more.
We're not lacking business. We can have all the business we want. I've turned down 7 houses so far this year. People wanted me to build houses, and I said, I don't have the manpower, I can't do it. Now, when you talk about 7 houses, you're talking about over $300,000 worth of business that we turned down.
And how does he attract that much business in a place this small? Simple.
How busy you want to be?
People come from miles around because Don has never traded hard work for hard drives. There are no computers here. He and his wife Marianne have foregone internet service for personal service.
Well, I got 1 by 2's 20.
Well, businesses like yours are really kind of the heart of small town America, aren't they?
Yes, they are very much the heart of small town America.
I mean, if you want a bunch of them made up, well, we can make them up.
But it's Don's heart that is the issue now. Last year he had a stint put in. He's 69. So he's been trying to sell Northwest Lumber, retire, and spend a little time with his grandkids. How long have you been trying to sell it?
2 years.
Why do you think no one has bought it in 2 years?
Small town North Dakota. We don't, hard to attract people that want to come here and live here.
How long are you going to leave this on the market?
I don't think we're going to leave it on too long anymore because we have decided that if it didn't sell, we were going to close it out.
Just lock the doors and walk away. Ironically, losing the lumber company will only accelerate the decline of Ray.
It's really going to hurt the town because all the tax dollars that this business generates and the salaries this business generates, it's going to make a big difference on the town.
Just an hour or so down the road, in the equally tiny town of Velva, lives precisely the sort of person Don Suhr is looking for. North Dakota is frequently seen by much of the country as isolated, cold, and increasingly deserted. But some see that as an asset and a reason for being there.